my small portion after the masters have came and revealed their measures. So I'll be reading also. I had a different measure, but the brother sparked another thought from chapter 1 as well. I won't read it. I won't read the entire thing because he just read it, but I will read where it says, "Hear now, ye cherubim, ye seraphim, ye angels, and ye men. Hear now, O protoplasm, and earth, and plant, and beast. Hear now, ye creeping things of earth, ye fish that swim, ye birds that fly. Hear now, ye winds that blow, ye thunders, ye lightnings of the sky. Hear now, ye spirits of the fire, of water, earth, and air. Hear now, O everything that is, or was, or evermore will be. Wisdom speaks from out of the highest plane of spirit life. Man is a thought of Allah. All thoughts of Allah are infinite. They are not measured up by time, for things that are concerned with time begin and end." Islam. So if we are a part of Allah, we are those thinking things. We are those things that direct the force. And what is power? If we go to our chapter 5, starting at verse 14. We hear people talk about, we need power, we need all kinds of power, we need black power, we need unity and all of these different things. But what is that, the real essence of power? Is power even a real thing? What does our prophet say about it? Our prophet says, again, Lamas asked, and this is a conversation between Jesus and Lamas. Chapter 7, correct self. Chapter 7, verse 14. Again, Lamas asked, "What do you say of power?" And Jesus said, "It is a manifest. It is the result of force. It is but not. It is an illusion, nothing more. Force changes not, but power changes as the ether changes. Force is the will of Allah and is omnipotent. And power is that will and manifest directed by the Holy Breath. There is power in the winds, a power in the waves, a power in the lightning stroke, a power in the human arm, a power in the eye. The ethers cause these powers to be." So we may think that because we get together and we look nice and we look, militant, or we look like we know things or we can speak very well, that we have a certain power or prestige, but that's not.
That's right.
If you don't have the force of Allah behind you, then it's not. The ethers cause these powers to be, and thought of Elohim, of angel, man, or other thinking things directs this force. When it has done its work, the power is no more. So even when you do have power, let's say we have political power, we're asking all of our members and our constituents to back us in supporting Vincent Ford for mayor. That's a certain power. If we have those numbers, that's a certain power. But it's not entrusted to us for our own selfish gain. It's entrusted to us because Allah, if Allah deems it fit to say we're going to support Mayor Ford with our political power, then we're supposed to support him and see that it helps uplift our people. So it says that all thinking things are the ones that direct this force of Allah, and that's what power is. So I also like to go to chapter 11. Chapter 11. And this is basically, this links with what the brother Khalid just read. Our brother Khalid just read. And it talks about our de-evolution and how we fell as people and how everything under us fell as well. And I'll start at verse 27. Because all forms of life on every plane are thoughts of Allah, all creatures think. And I'll stop right there. We all think. Why do we think? Because Allah thinks.
That's right.
We are a part of Allah. We are a part and parcel of Allah. Allah doesn't sit up in the sky somewhere far off from us and say that that's my creation, but it's no part of me. We are a part of Allah, and we have to think ourselves, just like we thought ourselves into this existence, and we debased ourselves by thinking of lower things. We have to raise our vibration and think of higher things. Islam. So what are we thinking about on the day-to-day basis? And I'll read that again. Because all forms of life on every plane of thought, on every plane are thoughts of Allah. All creatures think, and every creature is possessed of will, and in its measure has the power to choose. So we have the power to choose if we're going to think about the things of a lower nature, or if we're going to think about raising ourselves higher. And that's what I asked, what is your nationality to you? What does that mean? Is it a bunch of paperwork and going to courts and being able to wear your fez and, things like that? Or is it really uplifting your character, developing your character, developing yourself, sitting at home, reflecting, how can I be better tomorrow than I was yesterday, or even today, or even this particular minute? And in their native planes, all creatures are supplied with nourishment from the ethers of their planes. Our favorite thing to do is to complain about what somebody else is not doing, or why you can't get something done because you don't have the resources, or I'm tired, or I'm busy, or all of these things. There are no excuses. Allah supplied us with the nourishment, whatever resources we need, we have them already.
That's right.
If there's something that you see, if there's something, we would be the best nation ever if we just had this, then do it.
That's right.
It's fine. And so it was with every living thing until the will became a sluggish will. Our will has become a sluggish will. We're lazy. And then the ethers of the protoplasm, the earth, the plant, the beast, the man began to vibrate very slow. The ethers all became more dense, and all creatures of these planes were clothed with coarser garbs of flesh, which men can see, and thus the coarser manifest, which men call physical, appear. And this is what is called the fall of man, which he just read from, the fall of man, the creation and fall of man. But man fell not alone, for protoplasm and earth and plant and beast were all included in the fall. The angels and the cherubim fell not. Their wills were ever strong. And so they held the ethers of their planes in harmony with Allah. These are the ones, the illuminated ones, that come to us as prophets, as lights, to guide us back to our higher self, to guide us back to being one with Allah. Now when the ether reached the rate of atmosphere, and all the creatures of these planes must get their food from atmosphere, the conflict came. And that which finite man called the survival of the best became law. The stronger ate the bodies of the weaker manifest. And here is where you get the carnal law of evolution. Here is where the carnal law of evolution had its rise. And now man, in his utter shameness, strikes down and eats the beast. The beast consumes the plants thrive on the earth, and the earth absorbs the protoplasm. So I like to look at this as far as our people, when we get a position of power, when we think that we are a councilwoman or a council member or a councilman or a president or even a sheik in the Moorish Science Temple of America. We get a seat, we get a position of power, we strike down and we point fingers at others and say, well, they're not doing this, they're not doing that. We have to turn and look at ourselves and see what we're not doing. We can't, what does it say, would you eat the backs of your brother when you backbite? Would you like to bite the back of your brother? No, you don't talk about each other. You aid and understand that people are coming, like Sister Zenobia said, people are coming from a fallen place.
That's right.
So if there's a drug dealer out there that's trying to, sell drugs to feed his family, show him that there's a, well, you're just disgusting, you're a drug dealer, get away from me. Show him. Create a platform for him to have an option, to have another way to feed his family. In yonder kingdom of soul, this carnal evolution is not known. And the great work of masterminds is to restore the heritage of man, to bring him back to his estate that he has lost. when he again will live upon the ethers of his native plane. Our lost estate is not paperwork. That's not our lost estate. Our lost estate is being one with Allah. If you choose for your lost estate to be paperwork, then that's fine. If that's what you want, you know, all of these documents saying that you're a Moorish American, or you're a Moor, or you're a Moabite, or you're whatever you think your lost estate is, it'll come to you. I choose for my lost estate to be one with Allah, and that's what we should all be seeking to regain every day. And with that, I will leave you as I came in peace. Islam.
All right.